Does Stranger Things Season 5 suck? Was the ending perfect? Maybe it's both? Actually, it's paradoxical, but not because of the reason you're thinking. Today we're gonna look at the good, the bad, and the strange things about the last season. To prove to you, regardless of if you liked it or not, how after 10 years, more than 15 characters, and just a few hours to wrap it all up, there's bound to be mistakes. But I don't think the Stranger Things ending is one of them. Mostly. Let's begin with an interesting question, and you need to be honest. What's your favorite scene from Season 5? Is it when Will is revealed to be a sorcerer? The Mr. What's-It scene?
Mr. What's-It?
That cute scene with Dustin and Steve? Or practically any scene including Absolute Derek? For those who didn't choose a meme scene like I did, and chose an emotional scene instead, the reason you liked it so much is probably because of how good these characters were written in every other season. Take a look at this scene between Dustin and Steve and tell me if it reminds you of anything.
You die, I die.
You die, I die.
No? Maybe this will help.
No.
Step back.
No.
Seriously.
No! If you die, I die.
Seeing callbacks and friendships like these makes you understand why the show had millions of people worried about the fate of a single character. But a cute callback isn't what made this, and this scene as powerful as they were. So then, what did? Hey Steve, I'm gonna use you as an example real quick, alright? Okay. Yeah, I love you too. He said yes. Back in Season 1, we used to hate Steve Harrington. But in Season 2, we saw him grow into his iconic babysitter role. Season 3 then gave him a non-removable Scoops Ahoy costume to wear on the craziest mission of his life. In Season 4, he made the world know about his 6 Nuggets dream, and then finally reached Season 5 being the reason we almost had a heart attack 21 minutes into the fucking chapter. And that's the magic of it. If there's something that worked in this ending, it's that we saw each character grow in every possible way. As you saw through the years, these actors were literally getting older with each season. And although some changes were more, let's say, noticeable than others, it was cool to see these 12-year-old kids graduate, go to college, and pass down D&D to the next generation. God knows how Max graduated after attending school like this for 2 years, but let's not talk about it, okay? Even the already grown characters had their moment, as Steve became a teacher of who knows how many nuggets, Jonathan ended up studying film at NYU, Nancy finally got a good job for once, and Robin, well, who doesn't love Robin? Oh wait, Vicky, that's right. The point is, 10 years of nostalgia and character development gave us some of the most amazing scenes of the show. They made us feel every word that Joyce was saying, forget for a second that these two are actors and are not actually getting married. At least I did. Oh, and they also forgot this man and Nancy killed like 20 soldiers, but shh. And literally made us stand still as we saw 11 die twice. But there's a problem. A big one, actually. No matter how much nostalgia and love we have for these characters, well, there were still a lot of scenes leading up to this great ending that even the most die-hard fans can agree that just didn't work. But why? Thankfully, the sub button still does. I think. You should go check. Thanks. This is where we start to see the tip of the iceberg regarding the paradoxical nature of the ending. Because how on earth can this season be so weirdly written that it has both the best and worst moments of the entire show? Well, it has to do with two problems, and the first is that a lot of scenes were just underwhelming. Remember how Season 4 ended? The huge cracks, the toxic air, and world-ending stakes that remind you of the Gravity Falls finale? Well, never mind, because this is how Season 5 started. Remember that scene where Jonathan revealed the ring and we started speculating a dozen outcomes for it? Well, we instead got the most confusing and underwhelming proposal in TV history. And probably the first one too. But remember that scene where Vecna was shown to be an absolute menace killing everything in his path? Yeah, no, him and the Mind Flayer had to be severely nerfed so that the only confirmed kill was with a gun, and so that the whole cast could somehow survive the kaiju attack. Which really makes you wonder, what was even the point then? What was the point of introducing these scenes full of potential to then either forget about them completely or overshadow them with other scenes that had no business getting the amount of importance that they did? Take the scene where Will talks to the party. I personally thought it was an overall wholesome scene, although I couldn't help but say, yeah, no shit. I also wondered, why right now and with the whole party instead of just his close friends? And why is this scene longer than the final battle of the show?
Stop the cap.
It's a really controversial scene for many reasons, so I don't intend to hate on it, but my point still stands. Why focus on this instead of the plot holes and the promised dark Christmas?
A dark Christmas, though, I would say.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, dark Christmas and kind of a... Yeah.
Especially considering the rumor of there being cutscenes and dialogues. I believe it was debunked. However, it does feel like extra scenes to close some of the character arcs would have helped clear up a lot of plot holes, answer questions, and ease out a lot of scenes that just didn't feel right. Wait, what's that? Okay guys, I just got confirmation that the Duffers are answering some of the plot holes and... let's just say every other fan theory sounds better than Vecna didn't expect the sneak attack so he didn't call any Demogorgons, the military gave up on the upside down operation so they let everyone go, and it's up to you to decide the ending of the characters we just forgot to feature on the epilogue. Yeah. Oh, and don't even get me started on the plot armor, cause holy sh... Together with inconsistencies, plot armor makes for scenes that, at least in my case, took me out of the experience multiple times. I don't want to make this sound like a rant, but it kind of is, so hold on. Remember how Vecna grabbed Holy from across an entire dimension? Well, he then forgets he can do that and instead uses his weak-ass arm to give us an absolute Derek moment. I have mixed feelings with that one. Why did Vecna not send a teleporting Demogorgon to get Max? I guess he only had 3 of his stupidest Demodogs in stock who can take bullets, but not a kick from Lucas. They also nerfed the melee damage of the Demogorgon mid-match to then ban them from the boss fight together with bats and, well, every other creature. The upside down air isn't toxic anymore, vacuums that can suck rocks and trees can't suck people. Why does Elle struggle to lift a freaking metal Okay, that's enough. There are dozens of nitpicks that, although don't make the episodes bad by themselves, it just makes you think that some lazy writing might have slipped through into the final script. Oh, and by the way, stakes? What are those? Nobody even died. Dude, stop. You know it's true. You're grounded. Oh, you motherfucker. Sorry about that. Wanna side with him? Go ahead. He'll be in the comments. Anyway, now that we've explored the good and the bad about this season, there's only one thing left to explain. What the hell did I mean by paradoxical? The definition of paradox we'll be taking into account is that which refers to a seemingly absurd or contradictory statement that may prove to be true. What's the statement, you may ask? Here goes. The Stranger Things ending is both a masterpiece and a writer's mess, yet it coexists peacefully in the middle as opinions reshape the true meaning of perfection. No, it's not a way of pleasing both sides. No, I don't mean it's so bad it's actually good.
Hit the dick.
Yes, it may remind you of Schrodinger's cat, but no, I wasn't high while writing that, so let me explain. Okay, this is Vecna, and this is the... Shut up. If you're the type of person that takes every detail too seriously, who wants evident proof and answers to everything, and maybe even believes there's a secret 9th episode, then the ending might have sucked for you. And I totally get it. This season has a lot of inconsistencies, weaknesses, and unresolved plot holes, and leaving the ending for each of us to decide might sound dumb for you, especially when there are people finding holes in Mike's story as we speak. But where's the fun in that? The other side instead appreciates that everyone, especially Steve, is still alive. These are people that think the ending was perfect, loved each of the 20 speeches, appreciate that almost every character had its happy ending, and believe that if they were in Mike's situation, they also would have come up with a crazy story to believe that Elle is alive. I know I would have. But not everything can be sunshine and rainbows. So what's in the middle of this paradox that makes it so complex? Well, people like me, and probably you too. People who loved seeing their favorite characters live happily ever after, and who truly understand and feel the quote, "I believe," but who also judge the things that don't make sense and acknowledge the mistakes the writers did. The type of people that enjoy the memes and like to laugh and yell at the screen because of those stupid and weird feeling scenes. People who might have not liked how Vecna and the Kaiju Mind Flayer were beaten so quickly with no casualties, especially after a season earlier we got what is probably the most epic sequence of the series, but go beyond and appreciate the months and months of work that thousands of talented artists and producers put into the finale. Nothing is perfect, and the Stranger Things finale proves that. But hey, maybe what we needed this time wasn't a perfect ending, but a flawed one that gave millions of people something to talk about. Talking about. Don't forget to join the Discord, and if you want to know what would happen if you took the Super Soldier Serum, click this video next. And as always, thanks for watching.